So in the first module, we will start with understanding the objective behind variable pay. Why should we focus on variable pay? What does it mean to design a variable pay plan or a variable pay program? And how these programs, these plans can drive the performance of the individuals, teams, departments, or even the whole organization. So maybe the first thing we will be talking about is the objectives of this module. So we will start with defining the primary elements of compensation. We will talk about fixed compensation and variable compensation, and also we will talk about the common business strategies in any organization and how it's linked with the variable compensation or the variable pay. Also, we will talk about business objectives, how they are linked to the business strategies, and where they are from the variable compensation. And also, one of the most important thing is the business life cycle. What's the stage of the organization? Is it still considered as a startup, or is it in the mature level? And how variable pay can be perceived differently in each of these stages. And at the end, we will talk about the variable pay programs that supports the achievement of the business objectives and the business as a whole. Let me start first with the basics. Total rewards has 5 main components. The first and maybe the most important element that organizations in our region, even specifically in Saudi Arabia, are focusing on is the compensation part, because it has maybe the highest cost on the organization. It's the main element that attracts people, that retains people these days, and also looking at the dynamics of the markets in the GCC region, in our region, and especially in Saudi Arabia, where we see really like a talent war in the market. Everyone wants to pay higher to talents to attract them. So from that main element as a compensation, as part of the total reward package, we have 2 primary elements that are fixed pay and variable pay. And from the name of these elements, we can understand that the fixed pay is something not linked to the performance of the employee, not linked to any achievement, any milestones that the employee complete, but it's in the contract, and this is the main thing that attracts employees these days. The other element is the variable pay, and this is the core of this module and these 4 days, where mainly how we compensate employees is linked to their performance level. Whatever you achieve, whatever you contribute to achieving the priority of the organization, and also the objectives of the organization or the team, you will be compensated for that using, let's say, a structured criteria, scheme, way of payment, and also eligibility criteria. So these are the main elements for the compensation component as part of the total rewards package. So the question, maybe the first question, I will just keep asking question to make it interactive. I don't want to just keep speaking, and I will give the floor for some of you guys if you wish to share any of your experiences or background on this. Currently, do you have any variable pay scheme or program in the organization you're working with?
Say again, Enad.
Do you have any variable pay program that that you're working on in your organization? Incentives, commissions, whatever amount that you're paying to your employees based on their performance?
Based on performance. So we do have program called AIB, which is the annual incentive program. But this is not one of the contractual elements like the basic pay or this is we do have two programs. One is the AIB, the other one is the LTIB, which is long-term incentive program.
Perfect.
Two different programs, but they are variable payment.
Great. So I think you mentioned the two main streams of variable pay. The AIP is the maybe short-term program, and you have a long-term incentive program. We will talk in details about all the types of these two streams and variable pay. What about Balqis? Do you have anything?
Mostly we are working on just the base pay. No, nothing.
Okay. So it will be an interesting session for you, Balqis. So let's maybe talk a little bit about the primary elements of variable pay. So variable pay today is a scheme or a program or a plan that we built to recognize the achievement of all employees in the organization, or specific group of employees or individuals who achieve certain milestones or certain targets or meet specific KPIs that that are important for the business. And also it's based and linked directly to the performance of the individual or the team or the organization as a whole. And we can also mix and match between these three levels. And maybe the beauty of variable pay plans is that they are flexible and we can design them the way we want in order to meet the objective of the organization. And also maybe one of the very interesting factors that affects the variable pay is the culture and work environment we're working in. Because even if I have two identical organizations, the same business model, same level of revenue, amount of revenue, same number of employees, same jobs, same everything, but you will never find the same culture or the same work environment in two organizations. Because I always say that the culture or the work environment is about how people are interacting with each other and what interests these people. So maybe their background, their from where they are coming, their educational level, maybe the way how they compete with each other as individuals and as peers, make it different for the totally work professionals to design the right let's say, scheme for them to motivate them and to encourage them to achieve more and more and to go beyond what's expected from them. So this is that's why it's very important for all of us to understand how variable pay works, and also it's very important for the organization to understand and realize the impact of variable pay in terms of cost, and also how it drives performance for employees, who has direct influence on the sales, on the revenue, on the profitability of the organization. Another thing maybe to talk about is when to take the decision that we need a variable pay today in our organization, and to what group of people or what group of jobs. This question can be answered by understanding the goal of variable pay. So the ultimate goal of variable pay is to improve the organizational performance. So it's not just about compensating people for what they do. It's about focusing on specific targets, on specific objectives, specific goals, in order to achieve these expectations through monetizing the effort and the achievements of our employees. Now, the business strategy might be something very interesting to talk about when we think of variable pay, because the way we compete in the market as a business has an influence on the way we design our variable pay programs. Allow me just 1 second to answer Farah from Morgan. She's asking if you joined, guys. So the business strategy, understanding how we compete in the market and where to position ourselves as a business, is very important for us as Total Reward professionals to really understand how to design our variable pay schemes. And mainly and commonly, there is 3 main business strategies in any business. And I believe I've read one article that talks about a hybrid model between these strategies, but let's take them one by one. The first one is the operational excellence. Mainly the operational excellence business strategy focus on the price, focus on the efficiency, reducing all the waste. So that will show you that we are looking at the quality of the product, but at the same time, we're making sure we are really efficient in the way we manufacture that product or the way we provide that service. Instead of having 3-4 people, we will have only one employee or one headcount to do a certain set of tasks or services to be provided to the customer. So it's like balancing it out between the cost of the product or service we're providing, and from the other side, the quality of the service or product we sell to our customers. So this is the first one, and maybe the variable pay and the variable pay plans in this kind of strategies, the operational excellence, focus more on how to save cost, how to reduce waste, how to sell the product or provide the service at the lowest cost possible. Okay, so we need to incentivize these behaviors, how to reduce the waste from the process and how to reduce the cost, whether it's manufacturing cost or operating cost or whatever cost we have around the product or the service. The second business strategy is the product service leadership. So the product service leadership, the focus is on the research and development. So research and development, here we're talking about thinking about how to design the most innovative product or service to meet or even create a need in the market. And this is very, very interesting because and we will see this in the next few slides, how to position yourself when it comes to paying variable pay, and how much to pay depends on your strategy. So for example, in the product service leadership, I might focus more on the fixed pay because I want to attract experienced people who has this creativity and innovative mindset to build and design that service and in a way that none of the competitors has built it before. So we need to attract them by a very high fixed compensation or fixed pay, but at the same time, I need to design a variable scheme that motivates them to innovate more and also to think of something that is unusual, that is uncommon, to improve the way I provide that service, or to improve the design or the quality or the way I sell the product to the customer. So this is the second business strategy, product service leadership. The third one is the customer intimacy, and here we focus on customer satisfaction. I've worked in one of the global automotive organizations where they focused on customer happiness. So they reached to a level where we need the customer to be happy when they think about the company, when they think about the product we sell to them, to make it very easy, very seamless process and way of getting that product to their home. And that's also something interesting where when we need to motivate people to achieve that customer satisfaction or customer happiness level, we need to invest in the way how they interact with customers, how they deal with our customers, and how they sell them and provide them with the product. So the focus will be on the service level, the customer satisfaction level, and the way people are prepared to interact with the customers. So these are the main business strategies that we can see in any organization. Let me ask you a question based on your understanding of your organization's direction, strategy, maybe some actions they are taking, or the way how they compete in the market. Which of these business strategies you are following or you adopted?
I think mostly is the operation excellence.
Okay.
To be honest, I think it's a hybrid between operation excellence and customer. Customer
intimacy. So
intimacy, satisfaction.
That's why maybe I mentioned that a hybrid model can work between multiple business strategies, where you focus on the operational excellence, but at the same time, the operational excellence means maybe making the process of selling the product or providing the service very seamless for the customer, which has an impact on customer satisfaction.
Also product and service leadership, right, Mshari?
Yes.
I think it's all three.
Okay, very, very interesting, because very few organizations I have seen mixing all three strategies together, because at the end, if you need to maybe design an unusual way of providing service or product, you need to invest in your people, and that contradict with the operational excellence. So it's like paying more, and the cost will be higher for designing or building the service or the product you want to sell. But it's interesting how to balance it out between two or three business strategies together to achieve your objectives. What about you? Yes, Shari.
It's a combination between operational and customer and service leadership. Like last year, we did have two factors for our incentive program, which was 75% based on business performance and 25% based on personal performance. So
Okay.
it's a combination.
Perfect. Interesting.